Thought he was coming.
Boys, we finally got thundercloud.
Yeah, but it took us 3 weeks before we did.
California, get your saddle and bridle, will you?
Come on, Hoppy, get him! Stick with him, Hoppy! Hurry, boy, Hoppy!
Feeling all right.
Come on, Hoppy.
You'll be all right now. He just hadn't been ridden for a while.
He sure is full of pep.
He sure is. The way you flew over that rope back there, you'd think he'd been eating birdseed.
Well, it's more'n we've been getting lately. I ain't had a decent meal for so long, my ribs is busting right out of my skin. Looky.
Poor California.
He's in a bad way, Hoppy. Looks like he swallowed a washboard.
Yeah. And look at that Adam's apple bob up and down. That's a sure sign of acute hepatitis.
You don't mean that, do you?
Yeah.
Well, that's dangerous, ain't it?
Why, certainly it's dangerous. California, I hate to do this, but rather than see you suffer and waste away,
Now, hold on, Hoppy, I ain't suffering. Why, I'm as fit as a fiddle. Look it. You didn't fool me. You're joking all the time, ain't you?
Come on, we go back and get your horse and head for town.
I can't understand why your father isn't here to meet us.
Dad's probably so busy with his horses he's forgotten we were coming home. Can you get a rig for us to drive to the ranch?
I sure can, Miss Grant. I'll take care of that right away.
I wish we could have stayed in New York and never had to come back here.
Now, don't talk like that. After all, the ranch is home.
Look at that black horse those men are leading.
What about him?
Doesn't he look like Thundercloud?
I think you're right, Susan. Where are you going?
Make sure.
Better one of the stallions first.
All right, Hoppy. Here, Hoppy. There's a restaurant over there.
Restaurant?
Yeah?
What about it?
Nothing.
Howdy, miss.
You certainly have a way with the ladies, Johnny.
Wonder what's the matter with her?
I didn't notice anything the matter with her.
Look for her to be ready in just a minute.
Never mind that now. I need some help.
What's the trouble?
3 men just rode up with a black stallion Dad has always refused to sell.
Rustlers, huh?
Yes, they've stolen him.
Get me a gun. You better go back to the depot. There might be some shooting.
What's up, Jerry? Horse thieves. Give me a hand. Let's corral them. Sure will. I'll get my scatter going. Where are they?
Right over here. Follow me.
All right, let's go.
Throw up your hands. We got you covered.
Would you mind telling me what this is all about?
We're taking you 3 rustlers into custody for stealing my dad's stallion.
You mean... Oh, you think we're horse thieves, huh?
I'm positive of it.
Oh, you got us all wrong.
I don't care to hear any lies. Dad'll know what to do with these men. We'll take them along with us.
Just as you say, Miss Grant. But don't you think we ought to hear what they have to say first?
I know what I'm doing. These men are definitely the criminal type.
Criminal type?
Get their gun.
Doggone.
That filly sure hates herself. I'd like to take her across my knee and give her a good padding.
Ah, she's just feeling her ropes.
That's a fine-looking animal, Grant. I hope you have as much success with the Arabians.
I hope so too, Major. I've never tried to raise any Arabians before, but Why, that's Thundercloud.
Isn't that your wife and Susan?
Grief, I'd forgotten they were returning today. Will you excuse me while I apologize for not meeting them?
Why, certainly.
There's your father now. Charles, why didn't you come and meet us?
We've got Thundercloud and the men who stole him. They were in Gila Bend. They were going to take him away.
Wait till Buck Peters hears about this, Hoppy. He'll die laughing.
He probably will.
You know these men, Dad?
Know them? Why, I borrowed them from a friend of mine up north to help track down Thundercloud after he jumped his corral and gone wild.
I hope you forgive this silly little mistake, boys.
That's all right, ma'am. We kind of enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Pete! Take Thundercloud. Turn him out in the new corral. Give them back their guns. I'm sorry you boys had all this trouble.
That's quite all right, Mr. Grant. Come on, Bill, let's go.
I want to apologize for Susan, Hoppy. She was a very sweet girl, but ever since she returned from her first visit east, she's been willful and headstrong.
Well, that should be easy enough to cure, Grant.
Sure, all she needs is a good spanking like I used to get.
I know, but, well, somehow I've never had the heart to lay my hands on her.
I can understand that.
Now, when you boys get cleaned up, I want you to meet an old friend of mine, Major Crawford of the Army Remount Service.
Be right with you.
Hi, fella, hear that old coyote call. The moon's yellow, and I'm riding for a fall. There's a girl waiting, dressed in a Mexican shawl. So let's get going, 'cause I'm riding for a fall. Now that roundup days are over and the dogies are in the corral, old Paint can go for clover while I go for that yellow-haired gal. My heart's singing sort of a maiden time call. So let's get going, 'cause I'm riding for a fall.
And as I said, Hoppy, I've been cooperating with the Army in the building up of the cavalry stud. And I've now decided to go to Arabia to buy several horses. I want you and your friends to come along and help me bring them back.
I don't know just how you're going to do it. When I've heard of those Arabs, they'd rather part with an arm than a horse.
That's right, Hoppy, but Major Crawford is taking care of that.
I think I can pave the way with a letter to a Bedouin sheik whom I met several years ago.
You're not angry, are you?
Why don't you tell me you and the others were working for Father instead of letting me make a fool of myself?
Well, Hoppy tried to, miss, but you wouldn't listen.
Go away. You annoy me.
You know what I think?
I don't care what you think. Now, will you please go away?
I think you're the nastiest, bad-tempered, high and mighty girl I ever run into.
You can't talk to me like that.
What's more, if I was your father, I'd take you across my knee and give you a good paddling where it'd do you the most good.
You wouldn't dare.
All right, we're with you.
I had hoped you'd say that.
Oh, you big brute. Just wait till my father finds out about this.
Well, what's going on around here?
Oh, Daddy, he spanked me.
He did, eh? You better go into the house, Susan.
You're riding herd on the wrong range, Johnny.
Young man, I'm going to... Thanks, my boy. I hope you paddled her good and hard.
Arabia?
Yeah.
Say, Hoppy, ain't that the place where them muscle dancers come from?
Muscle dancers.
Yeah, you know. Doggone, them gals that go...
California. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? A man of your age carrying on like that.
Well, doggone it, I'm just trying to tell you how them gals,
Well, they've what?
well, you know, how they,
Hey, speaking of Arabia and forgetting the dance, don't you think that maybe that sheik would be a little easier to deal with if we took him a present of some kind?
Well, that's an excellent idea. What would you suggest?
Oh, I don't know. Being a horseman, maybe one of those Palomino studs would do the trick.
Yeah, and a silver-mounted outfit to go along with him.
Yeah.
Well, now, that's not a bad idea. I'll leave the whole thing in your hands, Hoppy.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm worried about Susan, Charles. She's all excited about going to Arabia, and
Well, darling, haven't you told her that I'm not taking either of you along?
No, not yet. I don't dare to tell her that...
Oh, Dad, I'm so thrilled. I've always wanted to see a sheik. When are we leaving?
I'm not taking you or your mother, Susan. There's no telling what we might encounter on the desert.
But, Dad,
You're not going. That's final.
That's final. I won't pay any more than $5.
But, madam, it's a very, very fine water jet, especially for desert. You can't find any more like it.
That's final.
Just a chip off the old block, sweetheart.
Well, shall we walk back to the hotel, or do you want to do any more shopping?
You want to shop some more, Jim?
I'd just as soon go back to the hotel.
All right.
Madam, what's the matter with this one?
It was wonderful of you to show us around.
Think nothing of it, my dear. I enjoy doing it.
Will you join us in a drink, Miss Carrington?
Thank you so much, but I'd like to go up first and see if my brother Nicky has returned.
We're all very anxious to meet him.
I hope you like him.
Sit here, Jane.
Nicky, in 2 weeks we'll have enough money to pay our bills and enjoy life once again.
So, those suckers are right for retrieving, eh?
They swallowed hook, line, and sinker. Come on, you're going to meet them. As my brother.
And have I your permission, my dear, to make love to the daughter?
Of course you have. But don't forget you're my husband.
Don't they ever drink anything but coffee in Arabia, Charles?
There he is, Mother. Isn't he handsome?
This is Nicky.
Madame.
Charles.
Monsieur?
You do.
Mademoiselle.
Your sister has been telling us some perfectly thrilling things about you.
Marie always exaggerates wherever I am concerned.
Now, Nicky. Here I've been telling them all about your adventures while buying horses, and now you...
All right, my dear sister, you win. I'm a big, brave hero.
Will you have some coffee?
Thank
yes,
you.
thank you.
Waiter, some coffee, please.
Monsieur, I understand you're here to purchase some blooded Arabian stock.
Arrangements have been made with the Sheikh Suleiman Ibn Marshad. In fact, my men are on their way to his camp now.
Joseph,
Yes, Effendi.
how much farther we got to go?
Another night and day, Effendi.
Doggone it, it's hot enough to fry a man's brains.
Well, in that case, you haven't got much to worry about.
No, I guess not. What's that?
Come on, give me some water.
That's enough.
Ah, that feels pretty good, doesn't it?
Allahu Akbar!
You boys wait here, I'll see what's going on. Honey, California! Come on, they're riding the camel train.
Effendi, he gives thanks for driving away the evil ones and prays that Allah, the compassionate, the merciful, smile on you forever.
Thank you.
كنا مسافرين واجت الزوبعة وخربتنا يا أفندي وطيرت كل شيء علينا.
He fears another attack after we leave and begs that we escort him to their destination.
All right, Joseph, tell him we will, and ask him where he's going.
Now, Effendi Rakin.
نعم يا أفندي مسافرين على قبيلة الشيخ سليمان.
Effendi, they are also traveling to the camp of the Sheikh Suleiman.
اجت الزوبعة وخربت كل شيء علينا يا أفندي خربت.
He says they were with a large camel train, but a fierce and sudden storm overcame them and they were separated from the others.
Say, that must have been the storm that buried me right up to my neck in sand.
I'll bet he understood everything you said.
Say, tell him.
Tell him nothing. Just tell him be ready to leave in 10 minutes.
Kuno ala hadar.
لك نشكر كثير يا أفندي كثير نشكركم كثير على سافتكم لنا.
It looks like another bunch of raiders heading toward us, Hoppy.
All right, men, spread out. No, Effendi. That is Sheikh Suleiman's men.
Come on.
I will tell Sidi the Sheikh you are here.
What?
ثلاث رجال أمريكان يريدون مشاهدان سيدي.
طيب. ما نكون.
He looks like that Indian friend of ours back home, Lone Eagle.
Wonder where he keeps his harem.
Effendi, His Excellency, Sidi the Sheikh bids you welcome and gives you leave to approach.
Thank you. Will you tell Ali to get the Palomino ready?
Yes, Effendi. وتلا مودرنا وهي هيسان.
Assalamu alaikum, Sidi Sheikh.
Walaikum ya salam. Ahlan wa sahlan.
Major Crawford sends you this letter. It'll explain who we are and why we're here.
Fadalu.
He wishes you to be seated.
Mr. Grant would like you to accept this Palomino stallion as a token of his friendship.
الحصان هو هدية من أفندي جرانت.
He also sends you these gifts.
وأيضا هدى هدية من الأفندي.
This was very generous of Effendi Grant.
Well, you speak American as good as we do.
As a youth, I was educated in England. Rashid. Falki-san. Won't you please come in?
Thank you.
Please be seated.
Ashkarak, Sidi.
You are welcome. I'm sorry. Tell me, where did you learn to speak Arabic?
Oh, I just picked up a few words out of a little book I'd bought.
Is this yours?
Yes, I don't know why I brought it along.
You must be quite an important person in your country.
Oh, no, I'm just a county deputy sheriff when I'm not riding the range.
In this country, a sheriff is a sheikh of higher rank.
Happy? That ought to make you the Sheik of Buffalo Buttes.
Sure, now all you need's a harem.
Yeah, and I suppose you want to pick the girls for me, huh?
Well, I hadn't thought of that, but it's not a bad idea.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Tell me, how is my good friend Crawford? It has been years since we last met.
Oh, he was fine when we left home, but, well, he was kind of anxious about the horses we were sent here to buy from Mr. Grant.
I know. He explained in his letter why he needed them. However, we'll discuss that later.
Right.
For the present, you shall be my honored guests. There'll be dancing, music, feasting.
Feasting?
Yes.
You mean eating?
Yes.
Doggone, am I going to make up for lost time?
Bismillah. Fadalo. Fadalo.
Boy, that girl sure can dance, can't she?
Who did?
Who did what?
I don't know who did. Don't bother me. Hey, Hoppy, didn't I tell you they had them dancing gals, huh? She's a pimp.
I don't like to rush you, Sadie Sheik, but it's about time we were getting started back.
I know. You wish to speak of the horses. I am sorry, my friend, but they are my children. I cannot bring myself to sell any of them.
I don't like to mention money, Sadie Sheik, but would $50,000 help you change your mind about the horses?
I'm sorry.
Well, what do you know about that? Here he's been so nice and friendly, I didn't think we was going to have any trouble at all getting those horses.
Neither did I. Well, I guess there's nothing we can do about it.
Hoppy, for once in my life, I'm really full. Excuse me.
Look here, Sadie Sheik. I'm sorry we couldn't make a deal for the horses, but we do want to thank you for your hospitality.
It was a pleasure to have you as my guest. And now, before you leave, I have a little surprise for you.
Uh-oh. I'll bet he's going to show us the harem.
My friend, these children of mine are named Mameluke and Sheba. Take them with the blessings of Allah to Effendi Grant.
But I thought you said you wouldn't.
Oh, but I'm not selling my children. They are a gift. Take them, and may they prove worthy of their heritage. Ali, Yusuf.
I don't know how to thank you.
Well, if you ever need any help around here, why, just send us a cable and we'll just come running.
Yeah, and we'll bring the whole bar 20 with us.
Thank you, Effendi. And should the occasion ever arise, you'll find me and my people at your service. We of the desert never forget those who help us at the risk of their own lives.
Oh, but if you were thanking us for helping those camel men, that was nothing. We just happened to be handy.
Sure, weren't nothing at all. Why, back home, we're always tangling with cattle rustlers and such like.
Apka Allah Hayir, Imshi Besalama. Goodbye, and go in peace.
Thank you, sir.
I wish you weren't going, Charles.
He'll be perfectly safe, Mrs. Brown. Selim is one of the best guys in the country.
Nicky also knows the desert thoroughly.
Now, don't worry, Jane. Goodbye and take care of yourself.
Goodbye, Charles.
Bye.
Come on.
Bye.
Bye.
Take us to the gardens.
Now, Mother.
Where can your father be? Why, they've been gone for...
There's no sense in worrying yourself sick. Dad and Nicky will return any time now. Safe and sound.
Susan is right. There's nothing to be alarmed about. What you need is some rest. Something to calm your nerves. Now you come and lie down.
Oh, Yusuf, you and Ali take good care of those horses and see that nothing happens to them.
On my head and on my life, be it.
على رؤوسنا حياتنا يا فندم.
We'd better get over to the hotel where the Grants is stopping.
एक का बच्चा मिठाई देखो, हिंदुस्तान का मिठाई है, बूंदी है, रसगुल्ला है, आजा सबा खिलाओ इधर आके, 3 पैसा में देगा, 4 पैसा में देगा।
Did you play old Susanna? Here. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me. I'm going back to Louisiana with my... Hey, excuse me. Hi, you ain't a fortune teller, are you? I just left of my fortune told. Look. There.
What happened to California?
I don't know. Every time we leave him alone, he gets into trouble. Come on. Well, look who's coming. Hey! What have you been up to?
Hoppy, I was just having my palm told. My fortune read when a great big Arab decided he'd carve his initials in my gizzard. Well, wait, he's still after me. There.
Wait a minute.
Just a minute, mister.
What's he been doing?
Oh, I caught him fooling around with my best girl.
Oh.
So I thought I'd throw a scare into him. Here's your hat.
You mean you ain't mad at me? Well, doggone.
You're not a native, are you? You talk just like we do.
Well, why shouldn't I? I was born in Waukegan. I'll be seeing you.
Be seeing you. It's a fine thing. First it's muscle dancing. Now it's fooling around with women. Are you ever going to grow up?
I hope not, Hoppy.
There's a restaurant. I'm going to the hotel.
You don't want to a restaurant? See when you get back. He's gone. Let's get into more trouble, huh? Excuse me. Back into more.
Now then, you sleep a little. That'll do you a world of good.
Answer the door.
Yes, Mother. Nicky! Oh, Nicky, you've been hurt.
Where's Charles? What happened?
Please, let me sit down.
You can go. Get some brandy, quick.
Yes.
But what's happened? Where's my husband?
I'm afraid I have some bad news for you, Mrs. Grant. You see...
He isn't. He's not.
No, not that. Your husband is alive, but he's been held by a raiding band of Arabs.
Oh.
The guide Salim led us into a trap.
Oh, Hoppy, I'm so glad you're back. Charles has been...
Yes, I know, Mrs. Grant. What happened after you were captured?
They tortured us until Mr. Grant finally agreed to pay the $50,000 the chief demanded.
$50,000. Have you any idea what tribe they belong to?
No, I haven't. There might have been Caucasus tribe, but I'm not positive.
Where is the money supposed to be paid over?
At the Witi Oasis, 3 days south of here. I was told a certain Abdul would contact me there.
Do you mind telling me what you and Mr. Grant were doing out in the desert?
Why, no. We were visiting some of the tribes and looking over their horses.
You're Hopalong Cassidy, aren't you?
Why, yes.
I'm Marie Karitsa, and that's my brother Nicky.
Here is a letter your husband wrote, asking that you cable his bank for the money.
Oh, Hoppy, what am I to do?
What do you mean, Miss Grant?
They must have tortured Charles so badly that he couldn't even think when he wrote this letter.
But I still don't understand.
It wouldn't do any good for me to cable his bank. The account is in Charles' name.
Oh. Well, keep your chin up, Mrs. Grant. I still have the money you gave me.
Thank heaven for that.
I'll take that money, Mr. Cassidy. Father must be released as soon as possible.
Well, I agree with you there, Miss Susan, but that money isn't going to be turned over unless we have to.
The chief warned we will never see Grant alive if the authorities were informed.
That won't be necessary. I have other ideas. Mrs. Grant, do you mind if I handle this in my own way?
You've no right to ask Mother that. Dad's life is in danger, and just because you have ideas, that doesn't seem to matter.
That'll do, Susan. I'll trust you to do the right thing, Hoppy.
Thank you, Mrs. Grant.
Did you bring Selim back with you?
Yes. I left him at the edge of the town when I rode in. Why?
Find him. Tell him to dig up some men and follow Cassidy until they get the money.
Marie, it will be a pleasure.
That's about the 20th time you've done that, California. What's the matter with you?
I don't know, Johnny, but I keep getting a feeling that someone's eyes are boring into the back of my neck.
Effendi! Effendi! We are being attacked!
California, you and Yusuf ride ahead to lead them on. Johnny and I'll ride around the back.
Up and on me!
Got discouraged, Easy. He's on our trail after all.
Yeah, that's my guess that Nicky and his sister are back of this whole business.
Oh, that's just your suspicious nature.
Maybe so. Well, I guess they won't bother us anymore. Let's go.
Susan, you look upset. What's the matter, my dear?
I just had another quarrel with Mother.
Oh, never mind, my dear. It will pass away.
I simply can't understand this sudden rift between you and your mother.
She won't admit making a mistake, trusting Cassidy with Father's life.
Yes, that was a mistake.
I don't like to alarm you, my dear Suzanne, But I'm afraid if Cassidy delays of paying those Arabs the money, well, anything may happen.
That's what I told Mother. There's nothing we can do now except wait and hope.
Isn't there someone back home you could cable to for some money?
I'm afraid not. I don't. Yes, there is someone. Major Crawford.
The army officer you told us about.
Yes. He might not have that much money, but when he knows of Dad's predicament, I'm sure he'll raise it somewhere.
That is wonderful.
I'm so glad for you, Susan. Oh, Susan.
Yes.
I wouldn't tell my mother about you if I were you. She might not be pleased.
Oh, I don't intend to. I'll get Major Crawford's address and then we'll send him a cable.
That's good.
Assalamu alaikum, Sharif Hoppy.
Wassalam alaikum, Sidi Sheikh.
This certainly is a surprise. I thought you'd be on your way home by now.
Well, we should have been, but something happened. We need a little information. You boys run along and have some fun.
Sure. Come on, Johnny.
But don't get into trouble.
How can I have fun without getting into trouble? Come, sit down, my friend, and tell me what you wish to know.
Thank you.
What's that thing?
What's that thing? He's a snake charmer. He's going to play music and snakes come out of that thing.
No, Effendi. That is a water-smoking pipe.
Water-smoking pipe? Why don't he smoke tobacco?
There is tobacco here on the top.
Well, sure there is. There it is, right there, Johnny. Ain't that something?
Maruf.
Sure is.
Try it, Effendi. It is very mild.
All right. Go ahead, try it.
Hey, you try it, Johnny.
No, you try it.
Come. Well, I'll try it.
How's it taste?
Well, it ain't bad. Kind of different. I'll take snakes.
I'm not sure which of these men might have captured Grant, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was the work of Farhan al-Qadir.
Al-Qadir? Who is he?
A half-breed dog of a slave trader, a thief and a murderer. May the jackals defile his grave.
He's a nice fellow. I take it you don't care much for him.
No more than I'd care for the plague. I have sworn by the blade of my sword that if he ever dares enter my domain, I shall make a sudden end to him.
Then I can't say that I blame you. Where can I locate this gent?
His camp is not far from here. It is over there, on the other side of Jebel Twake.
We'll go over and pay him a visit.
Oh, but that will be dangerous going by yourselves. A jama of my best fighting men and I will accompany you.
But that wouldn't be advisable. You see, if Grant is there, I wouldn't want to risk him being killed or hurt in a fight.
Very well, my friend. But if in 3 days' time you and your friends do not return, I shall hunt down this Farhan al-Qadir and every last one of his cutthroats.
Thank you, Sidi Sheikh.
You're welcome, Sidi Sharif.
I got it.
This Major Crawford certainly believes in action. Only 24 hours and here you have the money.
Oh, I'm so thrilled. Now we can arrange for Father's release.
But remember, leave a note for your mother and tell her you've gone on a trip with us.
All right.
Why didn't you talk her out of handing over the money herself?
Because, dear Nicky, like Cassidy, I had other ideas. When Papa sees daughter, maybe he'll remember a friend or two. Well, Nicky, I think we better start playing prisoners again. We've been away from Papa and Susan long enough. You needn't be so rough, you big brute.
What did he say?
Well, wouldn't he accept the money? He wants some more.
Now, you have to be patient. Sit down, my dear.
What did you find out?
Grant and a white girl are being held prisoner here. He does not know who she is.
Did he say which tent she was in?
Yes. The third one over there.
That hombre I conked is sure gonna wake up with a beautiful headache.
Is Grant here?
Yeah. Try to get another horse, then wait for us.
Yes, Effendi.
What do you want another horse for, Hoppy?
You'll find out soon enough. Come on.
And he refuses to accept anything less but another $25,000.
Well, I suppose there's nothing else we can do about it.
How did you three get here?
I asked them to bring me so I could get Dad released.
She cabled Crawford, and he sent her $50,000.
Let's get out of here.
Don't any of you move, or this girl is done for.
But Marie...
Keep still, you little fool. Nicky, get their guns. Rouse the camp.
Shujara, what happened? Who are these men?
Now, don't get excited, Farhan. They're just 3 new guests of ours. And that's not all. They even brought the money to pay for their board. You're very clever, but it just so happens I live by my wits.
And you better keep them sharpened, too, because this little game isn't over yet.
Farhan, you better watch this one. He's liable to get new ideas.
Dale una.
Mabsutin.
Nico. Yalla! Yalla!
Nice work, Yusuf.
Cut them loose, Yassin.
Hurry, honey. Mr. Grant, high and gag those guards.
Right.
Come on, hurry it up. We haven't got much time. All right,
Follow me and keep quiet. Which is Ferran's tent?
The big one over there.
Did they get our horses?
I'm not sure, Effendi.
Mr. Grant, you and Susan go back to the draw with California and Yusuf and wait there. All right. If they got our horses, get them back and get 3 extra ones.
Yes, Effendi.
The big, bold hero said, this little game isn't over yet.
You've got a good memory.
Hold it! Drop that gun.
All right, get up.
Give me that.
Give him the rest of it. Well, it looks like we got all the money. Now you're all going with us and quietly. Get going.
I wish I'd known what they were going to do. I wouldn't have allowed them to risk their lives again.
Ah, shucks, you couldn't have stopped them, Mr. Grant. Hoppy and Johnny are mighty set in finishing anything they start. Once they're remembered.
There they come now.
Let's get ready to travel.
Wait a minute. Stop!
I'm sorry, Hoppy.
It's too late now. We better get out of here before we have the whole camp after us. Come on.
Carry down! Carry
Come on.
Come on, get going.
Welcome back, Effendi, and congratulations. I see your mission was highly successful.
Thanks to you. Oh, Sidi Sheikh, this is Mr. Grant and his daughter Susan. She was also being held prisoner.
Assalamu alaikum. Aklan, wasaklan.
I don't know how to express my appreciation for the horses, but if you'll allow
that
me
is quite all right, Mr. Grant.
Oh, that's Nicky and Marie. Would you please see that they're turned over to the authorities?
I will take care of that. Would you take a little tea or coffee while a tent is being arranged for you?
Highly welcome, sure.
Thank you
Come
very
with me,
much.
please. Did you have much trouble?
Yes, we did. And I expect some more.
How's that?
Ferran and his men are on our trail.
I'll send out scouts immediately. If that dog's dinner is in my domain, I'll put an end to him quick.
And by the way, could you arrange to get word to Mrs. Grant that her husband and daughter are all right?
Of course, immediately.
You know, Johnny, I was an awful snob, wasn't I?
I'll say you were.
Well, you don't have to be so emphatic about it, do you?
Well, you asked me, didn't you? And besides, I wasn't emphatic.
You were.
I wasn't.
You were.
I was not.
Shall we start all over again?
Look, that hombre's riding like he's going to a fire.
يا أن الرعى لا
ابقى هنا هل حصان.
تشاورونك ليتنا.
Wasn't that one of your scouts?
Yes. Farhan has not only dared to cross the borderline, but he's planning to attack our camp early in the morning.
Oh.
My scout managed to enter their camp last night and overheard some of Farhan's men talking. There'll be an attack, my friend, but on his camp and not here.
Wait a minute. That's going to cost the lives of a lot of your men, isn't it?
Well, Mektub. What is written is written.
That's true, but there must be some way that we can... Say, I have an idea how we might lead Farhan and his men into a trap and smash them in a hurry.
And what is that, my friend?
A trick our Apache Indians sometimes use to surprise their enemies. They led the enemy to believe that everyone was asleep and that the camp was unguarded.
Hitler! Victory! Alhamdulillah!
Now, we're to wait until you charge him from the front.
That's right. And don't fire any shots from this side until then.
I understand perfectly, Harvey.
The men understand your instructions, Effendi.
All right, fine. Good luck.
Thanks, Harvey.
Here comes Hoppy.
Is everything all set?
Just about. Get all the women and children out of the camp?
Yes, they're in a wadi not far from here.
Good.
Miss Grant, she didn't like it a bit. She wanted to take a hand in the fighting.
She may get a chance later. I better see if there's any sign of Farhan.
Yes, Effendi.
بشير اليمي يا فندم علينا يا رجال
Here they come!
making a break for it. Wallahi! He's mine, Effendi. All right, good luck to you. Come on.
Sure handle that saber, but I think I'll stick to my gun.
You know, this sure reminds me of roundup time on the old Bar 20.
Bar 20? The bar... Hoppy, I'm homesick.
So am I.
Me too.
Well, won't be long now. Let's go.
And tell Buck we're planning to visit him this fall.
I know you'll be glad to hear that. Have you seen California?
No, I haven't.
Uh-oh. Come on.
I was just showing them the desert doula. How am I doing?
You're doing all right, but you missed your calling.
How come?
You should have been in a harem.